interested in kickstarting a career right now, Inkeeper, this info session is powered by Inkeeper, and Inkeeper has a lot of amazing facilitators. And if you register with Inkeeper, you're going to get what you pay for. And also, don't let this conversation stop here. You can also take the conversation to Inkeeper's social media accounts. You can follow them on Instagram at inkeeper.work__, inkeeper.work__, LinkedIn, inkeeper.work, Twitter, inkeeper.work, LinkedIn, inkeeper.work, Twitter, inkeeper.work. And if you have anything you want to see at all on today's session, kindly make use of the chat box. So we'll see and hear from you. While we are waiting for Sophia is not here. We'll go on to the second Inkeeper fellow, Tolani. Tolani, if you are there, kindly unmute your mic, please, so we can get started with you. Tolani.
Yes, good evening.
Good evening, Tolani. How are you doing tonight?
Very well, thanks.
All right, Tolani, please, you have the floor.
Also, I just joined now. I just joined right away and I add my name.
Okay, you're welcome. You're right on time.
Okay. So, my testimony, right?
Yes, please.
Hi, good evening, everyone. I'm Omotola Daramaja. I'm student of Inkeeper. I just completed a course in digital marketing and I'm currently interning as a digital marketer in an edutech company. So I studied education and chemistry. So you should know that. And all those days in school, I didn't even know days. The only thing I knew about tech was computer, ICT, and I knew about graphic designing too because I had friends who were graphic designers. So then I did a course when I was in 300 level and it was coding. It was Fortran CSC. So I never liked the course. I never liked coding. And I never wanted to do it again. I just managed to pass the course. And so I scaled through. So after school, after NYSC, during my NYSC, I also learned fashion designing. So right now I'm a fashion designer. So I did fashion designing and that was what I was doing after my NYSC. Then there was a time I heard about digital marketing class somewhere around my area. It was just a day and I attended the training. So before now, the only thing I knew about digital marketing was that people make sale, like people sell online. It's just for you to just sell online and get money. And that's it. So I don't even know how. I don't know how they go about it. I don't even know how they get their customers. But I just know that I see ads online. And so I thought digital marketing was just all about selling online. Then I lost interest at the point because when I attended the training, so it was just a day. They were just focused on the e-commerce part, on selling, on how they will help you get products to sell and how they will help you sell it. So they were not really going to teach us how to do it. They were not really going to teach us, but they were just going to help you. So, and you always rely on them because you would never be able to do it on your own. So I just lost interest and I was just at home. Then I heard about Inkeeper training, I registered. So with the mind that I'm just going there to learn how to sell, like how to sell online, like because the word is digital marketer. So it's just a marketer that sell online, and that was it. But when I started the training, wow, I was opened to a lot of things that I never knew, like that I have never heard about. So digital marketing is more than selling. It's more than just going out there, going to Facebook, going to Instagram, posting your product and selling. So it's about how do you even sell? Who are your customers? So we're taught who are your customers. We did a course to copywriting, and there we were taught how to even, fine, you want to sell online. What are you even going to say? What's the caption you are going to use that that will make your customer want to buy. You're not just going there to just post your product and just put price and let them come and buy. So you have to like know what they want. You have to know their mind. You have to know how to get them to buy your product. And also, I also learned that digital marketing is not just about selling. It's not just about selling. So you can bring people to your website. You can get engagements. You can just put your brand out there for people, even though you are not selling stuff. Like even if you want to organize a program, you can run ad and for people to come, not just about selling. So this training changed my mindset, because the mindset I had before was, oh, it's just about having a product. You must have a product, you must sell. So I learned that digital marketing is more than that. And my mindset was like absolutely refined. Yeah, I was refined, and that was it. And again, I'm thankful to my facilitators. We had amazing facilitators. Mr. Wuni, Mr. Hussein, Miss Folake. They really brought their all, and they were not even holding back. They really wanted us to know what they are teaching us. Like, even if you are not interested, you must be interested by force. So it's not just that you just come to class, oh, let them say what they want to say, oh, and let's go. Like, it's student-centered. They'll ask you questions. They'll make sure you are getting what they are teaching you, so that you're not just coming there to waste your time, and they are not even just coming to waste their time. So it was an awesome moment for me. Like, the 10 weeks training was a very amazing one for me. And I am very, very thankful to God, to Inkeeper, to my facilitators, because this has changed my life. Like, there was those periods I wanted to change career. I wanted to do something better with my life, but I didn't really know how to go about it. I didn't know what to do, but this training just came timely. Like, it came on time at that point when I needed it. And ever since then till now, I've been very proud of myself, of what I'm doing, and I am very, very, very happy. I'm very, very happy that things that I don't know, like, because I was thinking, I never had interest in coding. So I was thinking anything tech in this life is just coding, and I never had interest. So you might not want to do web development, but digital marketing is a very good course that you want to venture into, because it's just all about life to me. And I'm very grateful to God that I attended this training, because right now I am doing very well as a digital marketer, and I hope to get better opportunities to practice, because it's not just something that I want to learn and I want to now go and sit down at home and say, oh, now I've learned. So it's something that you want to practice, and that's just it for me. So I'm advising everyone that is planning to go into tech. Probably you've heard about digital marketing before, and it's just the sales aspect that you know, that you should open your mind, that there is more. Like, there's always more to what you have known. But when you are ready and you are open-minded, you get like the best from it. You get the best from it. Thank you very much. That's all I can say for now.
Thank you, Tolani, for that wonderful story. Thank you for that experience. Yeah, Tolani, I can relate to everything that you've said. I can really relate to it.
Yeah.
So thank you, Tolani.
All right. Thank you too. Thanks for having me.
You're welcome. While we wait for Sophia to get ready, let's listen to this live testimony.
Because my uncle was constantly shouting, my name is Bobby De Gloria, a student of cloud computing. I became curious about cloud computing because my uncle was constantly talking about how we have saved files on cloud. Luckily for me, I got a scholarship from LSCTF, PNCDF in partnership with ACE Gear and its training affiliate Inkeeper for a duration of 10 weeks. I'm excited about the fact that in 10 weeks, I've been able to learn both the basics and fundamentals of cloud computing. I can now use Azure Active Directory, create virtual machines, and build firewalls. Being someone with no background in tech, This training has really built my confidence, being the only girl in the midst of guys. And I think they should encourage other girls to be in tech and not feel intimidated.
Hello, my name is Gideon Zocchius, and I'm a student of web development. I'm privileged to have gotten a scholarship from USADF, LSETF, and a partnership with AGEAR and Inkeeper as a training athlete. It's been a wonderful experience learning here at Inkeeper. And in the space of 10 weeks, I've been exposed to lots of different technological skills like JavaScript, Bootstrap, React, Node.js, and I've been able to create full functional websites. During the training, I also started about the entrepreneurship process because it showed me how to transform my ideas into creative startups. Watch out for me, I'm ready to make an impact in the tech ecosystem.
Identity theft, an increasing number of internet fraudsters, inspired me to pick a career in cybersecurity. Over the course of 10 weeks, I've learned a lot in cybersecurity, and the part that interests me the most is web penetration testing. The skills I've learned, I can carry out a good web penetration testing for any organization's web applications and suggest a solution to patch up every vulnerability detected. I love the fact that the facilitator goes extra mile, both on-site and off-site, to impact knowledge into us. And I'm grateful to LSETF, USADF, in partnership with 8Gear and Inkeeper in Learning Affiliate for the opportunity of learning cybersecurity for free. Okiola Darius Adib is my name, and I'm an ethical hacker.
Beautiful stories right there and beautiful experiences. We'll move on to the next fellow to come on board. Sophia, are you ready for us? If you are there, kindly please unmute.
Yes, I'm ready.
Good evening, Sophia. How are you doing today?
Fine, how are you?
I'm fine, thank you. Sophia, we are ready to hear your story, your tech journey.
Okay. Hello, everyone. Good evening. And welcome to today's edition of the webinar. My name is Sophia Innocent. And here goes my tech journey. All right, after, say, graduation, NYC, I knew I wanted a career in tech. I knew I wanted to fully go into it, but I didn't know where to start because, as per usual, you know, it's all about this coding, nerdy life. But I took certain courses online. I basically digital marketing because it took me a while to find out that there are things in tech I could do without having to code. All right, so when I found digital marketing, I took some courses, but there's really nothing like when someone gets to hold your hand through the process. So when I came across LSETF program online, I think it was on Instagram, yes. I registered, I came for the screening. I remember thinking, hope this will be serious with this thing like this, shall. But then I said, okay, let's just see how it goes. After the whole registration screening process, the classes started. Due to one or two, so maybe distance, things happening here and there, was not always say early in class, but then I know when I got home, I took the things we were doing seriously. Because if you really, really want to do this, you have no choice but to really bring down your head, settle down, and put in the work. Yes. So digital marketing, which would include a lot of other courses like, say, SEO, Facebook adverts, and lots of them like that. It was during our Facebook advert class with Mr. Wuni. Hello, Mr. Wuni, if you're there, shout out to you. So it was during that class, or in the process of that class, there we went into, like, for us to actually go through the process of running an ad, we needed to have our own a WordPress website, which didn't require us to code. As easy as that sounded, trust me, it was not so easy. A lot of us here who were in that class could attest to the fact that it was work. But we followed up with a lot of online classes, a lot of overtime classes that would require us to do beyond the everyday class that we had to. Honest to God, before that class, I didn't know. I had no idea what the back end of a WordPress website looked like, because it wasn't my interest. It wasn't my area of interest. My own is I wanted to go strictly into Facebook advertising because I was motivated by how Mr. Wuni was always telling us about it, how he was showing us all of the processes in class. Although I had interest in it before, but having him show you, I was extra interested. So this process where you have to get your domain, your hosting and everything, and then you start adding your products to the site. A friend of mine chatted me up, babe, are you interested in a 2 day per week class for so amount of money? I said, well, 2 days per week is not so bad. I can do that. So she said, okay, I'm going to send your CV to so person. And then we had already done the CV updates that Inkeeper organized in one of the classes where you get to update your CV, remove and add what needs to be there and all. So I submitted it and they said, okay, let's go have for an interview. I came for the interview. I think it was the day I was having that interview, I was also having Inkeeper's interview for the internship placement. I said, well, let's just see. Whichever one that pans out fine, we take it from there. So after the both interviews, this one said, okay, we're going to hire you. They looked at my CV, you do Facebook adverts too. I said, yeah, I work as an intern in social place because I was formerly working as not really working per se, but due to the courses I've taken, yeah, so I put that on my CV. I said, okay, we can have you come in for this. So I recall I went to ask Mr. Wuni, please, sir, are you familiar with WooCommerce WordPress, how it works? He was always sending me back to Google or YouTube. Like I could understand that what you can do for yourself, do that for yourself. And when it comes to it, trust me, Mr. Wuni will spoon feed you, literally. Yes. So he sent me back to YouTube and then I went through it. Okay, not so bad. Because the work they needed me to do was basically adding their products. It was a fashion store, so adding their products to their websites. If not for the WordPress training we did to enable us to do our Facebook advertising, trust me, I had no idea how that would have gone. But thanks to God that I was able to impress them at the interview and then I was able to get the job. Yeah, that has been my tech journey so far. So up till this moment, we're still adding up products to the site, I'm still managing the websites, going through all of the order processing order for people and what have you. And we're also going into advertising. Yeah. So I'm so very grateful to everybody at Inkeeper, the atmosphere, the people, even the students, everybody was so welcoming. And to anybody here who is thinking of going into tech, I would strongly recommend Inkeeper. Why? Because the facilitators there will literally, practically hold your hand. And that is what I couldn't get in all of the other, say, online classes I had done. If you have any questions, if there's any block in your way, there are people, the facilitators are ready to put you through it. Yeah, so far so good. That's been my story, my tech journey. Thank you so much for listening. Peace.
Amazing. Thank you so much, Sophia. Thank you so much. And I wish you the best in everything that you do. Thank you.
Thank
All right, thank
you.
you once again, Tolani. So to get started proper with the info session, we're going to have our first facilitator come on board. He's a thoroughbred digital marketing executive, trainer, and digital account management professional with over 7 years of experience. He has worked in all aspects of digital marketing, advertising, account management, digital product and project management, corporate public relations, and community engagement. Again, there are skills and knowledge from hands-on experience working on projects for local and international companies. He also currently facilitates digital marketing training at Inkeeper. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Mr. Hussein Sani. Please, Mr. Hussein, if you are there, kindly unmute your mic, please.
Hey, good evening, Funke. How are you
Good
doing?
evening, Mr. Husseini.
Yeah, how are you doing now? Good evening, everyone. Okay, so do
I'm
I
so
go
happy that
ahead?
you're on board tonight. Yes, please go ahead.
Yeah, same here, Funke. So tonight I would just have a very short section to look at what exactly is digital marketing and how can you benefit from the enormous opportunities that we have in digital space. You know, when Sophia was speaking, and I think was it Motola or someone spoke before her, they discussed or they said some of what they gained when they entered into the digital space. So that is just the tip of the iceberg. Today, we want to look at something practical. What is exactly digital marketing? What are the various ways you can use digital marketing? What are the categories of digital marketing that you can venture into? And what are some of the career paths in digital? Because for every industry, there are certain careers that, I don't know how to put it now. There are certain careers that when you venture into, you get a lot of opportunities more than some of the other careers in that same industry. All right, so let's get started. My name is Hussein Sani, just like Funke has rightly introduced. The next slide, so that we could just see some of what we want to discuss today. All right, so why that is coming up, do we have anyone here who has probably heard of digital marketing or what exactly you've been thinking about digital marketing? You know, Sophia mentioned that when she heard of digital marketing, she thought it was just something around e-commerce, you know, updating your website and what have you. So what exactly is digital marketing before we go into what we have on the slide? One or two people. Funke, are people allowed to unmute themselves or do they use the chat section?
Kindly make use of the chat box, please.
Oh, okay. Okay. So I just need one or two people to tell me, what do you know about digital marketing before now? Or do I go on to call names? Waiting. I can call names. So I see Antonia, there is Ayomide, Clara, Edward, Fanika, Ibidun, Praise, Sukomi, and a host of other people. So just one person, tell me, what do you know about digital marketing before now? And please don't read what you have on the screen. Just give me, you know, your idea of digital marketing so that we can set the ball rolling.
Okay, good evening, everyone.
Good evening, Antonia.
Yes, please. So digital marketing, to my understanding, is simply the usage of internet or digital tools to advertise or sell your products. I don't know. I don't have any idea, but that's all what I can just fathom. Just using internet, maybe Facebook, WhatsApp, Instagram, any avenue that will get people across the internet to learn about your products. So that's what I think it is.
All right, so thank you so much, Antonia, and you're right. So although it goes beyond that, but just like you said, using the internet, you know, to promote or to get sales and all of that. Yeah, that is right. Now, what exactly is digital marketing? Digital marketing refers to all of the marketing, advertisements, and promotions that we do on the web. If you understand what marketing is, you know that marketing simply refers to all of the activities that you do to put your product or service in front of your target audience. A lot of people mix it up. Marketing is just not you promoting. Marketing starts from where you develop your product, when you are coming up with your service catalog, when you're coming up with everything that you want to put out to your target audience. That is when marketing starts. Marketing is not only the advertisement that you put to people. A lot of people mix it up and think that marketing is only about promotion and advertisement. Marketing goes beyond advertisement and promotion. And before the advent of digital, we've had traditional marketing. What does traditional marketing entails? You go on some of these traditional media, like your radio, your TV, the mass media, newspaper, billboard, you run advertisements on those platforms, or you probably sponsor an event. The sponsorship that you've done for that event, your brand is going to be mentioned, your brand identity is going to be shown to people. That is traditional marketing for your brand. But with the advent of digital, you can now start using digital media, digital platforms to advertise yourself, to pass marketing communications to your target audience. If you notice, I've been mentioning target audience in all of what I've been saying. Why? For every marketing that you do your marketing to specific people. You don't come on a digital platform or when you're doing traditional marketing on traditional media and start putting out marketing content to everyone. Not everyone can be your customer. There are specific people that you want to target with your marketing. So please go back to the previous slide. There's one particular statement I want us to pick before we come to this comparison. So, like I said, traditional marketing has been involved, marketing has been in existence for as long as man has been. Right from the times of our ancestors, people have been doing marketing. Even in the days of trade by barter, people have been doing marketing to say, I have this particular value that I want to give to you. In exchange for it, what are you giving to me? You have to be able to communicate or market the value that you have for the other person to also absorb it and feel like, yes, this is something that they could exchange for the value that they have. Now, with the advent of digital, small businesses, young entrepreneurs, professionals, and people who have talent have been able to use digital platforms to compete with international brands. Now, let me explain this. Before the advent of digital, like I've mentioned, we've been doing marketing on traditional media. The marketing that we do on traditional media has mostly been done by the Goliaths. And why do I call them the Goliaths? The big brands, the big corporations. Those are people who have the money to put into traditional marketing. And why is this so? For traditional marketing, you need a huge amount of money for you to get results. You cannot go on radio and say you want to run 30 seconds jingle or a minute radio jingle for 50,000 naira. As a young entrepreneur, that might be on the high side for you. And for you to get results, you need to do the advertisement repeatedly. You can't just go on one radio station, run a 30 seconds jingle or a 60 seconds jingle and believe that you get results. You need to do repeated results. And you can imagine just for 30 seconds, you are spending 50,000 naira. You want to do that for 5 radio stations, 2 times in a day. Calculate how much you'll be expending on just one particular media. But if you bring just 150,000 naira that you'll be spending for 30 seconds jingle, when you bring it on digital, you can get a lot of results than you spend on all of those 5 traditional media. We'll get there in the course of this discussion. So with the right online marketing strategies, small and medium businesses, young entrepreneurs and professionals are finding new ways to compete against the Goliath. That is why I think a good example to use would be the digital banks that we have today. A lot of them have been able to market to people, have been able to get customers using digital media, and they are now competing with some of the big financial institutions that we have, the likes of, okay, I'm not going to mention any brand, but we know all of those digital banks that we have today. There's one particular one that their adverts, their marketing is everywhere. I dare say that if you wake up, you might just see this bank. I want to believe that we have a mental picture of this particular digital bank. So now let's move to the next one. So we have a lot of marketing channels that we use in digital, just like we have in traditional. In traditional, we categorize traditional media into 2. We have the above the line traditional media and we have the below the line traditional media, but that's not where we are going. We are going into digital. So what are the channels that we use in digital marketing? There are about 7 major channels. We have a lot of them. but we'll just concentrate on 7 major ones that you can use to market your business. Remember, digital marketing refers to all of the advertisements that we do on the web, all of the marketing communications that we do on the web, not just advertisement alone or promotions. Now, I think it will be important to give the difference between the web and the internet. A lot of people feel like the web and the internet mean the same thing, but no, they are different. The web is just a portion of the internet. The internet is international network of millions or billions of computers around the world. Now, the web is the information sharing portion on that internet. So where we get to communicate or network with ourselves on social media, that is on the web. The emails we send is on the web. But outside of the web, there are still more services down in the internet, like the file transfer protocol, multiplayer games, and what have you. Those are also services that you can use the internet for. But the web is one service that a lot of us now, concentrate on or use a lot. Now, when you now want to start marketing on the web, there are different channels and categories of digital marketing that you can use. The first one, search engine optimization, SEO. What is SEO? The first channel we are looking at today, search engine optimization. The way you optimize your website, your application, your online forum, and some of the digital media that you have so that search engines can display it. And a very simple example is this. Someone goes on Google and search for where to buy Ankara bag in Lagos. If you are an Ankara seller or you are a vendor that does Ankara wares, if you don't, and you have a website for your small business, a social media app, or a mobile application that you've created for your small business, if you have done what we call SEO, search engine optimization, when people go on Google and run that search, where to get Ankara in Lagos, the first results that Google will display to those people will be your website. The results that we see when people go on Google and other search engines to run queries, the results that they see are people that have been able to optimize their digital media for search engines. I don't know if you get it. I'll go again. What is search engine optimization? Search engine optimization simply refers to the way you optimize your website, your digital media, so that it displays or it gets ranked above others in your business category or business niche. Another example is this. A lot of us, when we go on Google today and you run searches for where to buy a laptop or gadgets in whatever location you are, I don't want to use Lagos again. So you are in Port Harcourt, you are in Kaduna, you are outside Nigeria. Let me use Nigeria for this case study now. So you are in Nigeria, any part of Nigeria you are currently located in. If you search for where to buy a laptop or where to buy a gadget, I'm very sure the first 3 results you will see, Jumia will be in one of those results. And why is this so? Because Jumia is spending a lot of money in search engine optimization. They have an SEO team, they have a digital team, and in their digital team, they have the SEO department, they have the social media department, they have the content department. So their SEO department is solely responsible for how search engines crawl on their website and display content to people. So if I go on Google today and I run a search for where to buy Google Pixel 6 in Lagos, the first 3 results I will see, Jumia will be in one of them. You can try this out now and you see. All right, so now the second one, search engine marketing. Okay, before I go on, do we understand search engine optimization? Let's use the chat section. And am I moving too fast or you enjoy the pace? Let me know, let me get feedback before I continue. Hello?
We are enjoying it, sir.
Yeah, Funke, are we good now?
Yes, Mr. Hussein.
Oh,
You can
okay.
go on. They're
Thank
enjoying
you.
your flow, sir.
All right, so yeah, Ruth is saying she enjoys this flow. Praise Agbola said, yes, I am. So very good. Now, just like I've said, that is for search engine optimization. You need to be able to optimize your digital media platforms, your website, your mobile applications, or whatever digital digital media asset that you have. You need to be able to optimize it for search engines. And we know that Google is not the only search engine that we have. It's just that Google is the most popular or most common search engine. There are a lot of other search engines. We have Yahoo, we have Ask.com, we have Bing, there's Alta Vista, and thousands of them. But that's not where we are going. Now, the next category or channel that we'll look today is search engine marketing. The first one is search engine optimization, not to be confused with search engine marketing, SEM. So SEM is how you now pay search engines. Don't pay search engines to display your content or to display your website, to rank your digital media. When you now come to SEM, search engine marketing, you pay those search engines to display your content. Are we getting it? So if you hear of the term organic, when you begin to go deep into digital marketing, you begin to hear of organic marketing and paid marketing. That is the way we really divide digital marketing. So SEO, which is search engine optimization, is the organic part of the marketing that you do on search engines. While search engine marketing, or what we call PPC, pay-per-click, this is the paid part of search marketing. You need to pay those search engines like Google, like Yahoo Search, like Ask.com, and all of those other search engines. You need to pay them to display your products, to display your website, your applications to people who are asking for stuff around your business or your digital media. Now, for social media, which is the third one, social media marketing, I want to believe a lot of us have an understanding of this, especially for people who have a business, who already run the management of their business on social media. But there is a way you run your social media management and your social media marketing that people would fall in love with the content you are showing to them. Now, it is different from you just posting. There's a difference between you posting on all of your social media platforms. You might have a Facebook account for your business, an Instagram account, a TikTok account. I know TikTok is big today. There's Instagram we use. All of those are big today. You might have an account on all of those platforms and put out content. But there's a way you put out the content that people would love them, share those content for you, and you begin to generate leads and convert them to sales. I hope we'll get there today. So what is social media marketing? Social media marketing simply refers to the way you use all of those social media networks to drive traffic, to gain attention, and to reach new people. The next category, display marketing. Just like we have for search engine marketing, we also have display marketing or display advertisements. Now, what are display advertisements? Display advertisements are some of those adverts that we see on some popular websites, news, blogs, and what have you. If you go on Linda Ikeji, you go on Bella Naija, you go on Punch newspaper, you see adverts on them. They are what we call display ads. Or on some applications that you use, you see advertisement on those applications. They are also display ads. So some of those applications that display advertisement to you and some of those websites and blogs that I just mentioned, they are what we call display networks. They've signed up into some of these big advertiser platforms like Facebook Audience Network and Google's display network. I'm trying to break this down to the simplest form because I know that this might look a little technical for anyone that's probably just saying of digital marketing. So think of this as a billboard. There's a billboard in Ikeja in Lagos. Before you can use that billboard, you need to pay the owners of those billboards. So that is the way display advertisements work. You want to display your product, your service on that billboard. You pay those people who own the billboard so that they could put up your content. That is the same way display network work. So all of those display networks, the applications that display advertisements, some of those websites and news blogs that I just mentioned that display advertisements, they have signed up into advertisers display network or audience network so that people could display their advertisements, could use their platforms to advertise to people. I hope you all get this. Now, the next channel. So we'll get to the question part. I'm seeing Adebanjo Adeniji that if I pay for SCM, so we'll get to that part. I want us to just cover a lot of things because there are about 2-3 slides I want us to check before we get to question and answer. I know this is an introductory part, but we'll still get there. No, we are not done with the channels. So there are still like 4 channels that we've not covered. We've only done 3: search engine optimization, search engine marketing, social media marketing, and display marketing. Now, the 4th one is content marketing. And I dare say that content marketing is the most important channel or category that you use when you want to do marketing. Why? All of the marketing channels use content. So the content you put on each of those channels would determine the results you get. If you don't get your content marketing right, all of the other channels, you won't get results. You might get small results, but you won't get maximized or optimized results. Now, what is content marketing? Content marketing simply refers to the way you create and share different types of content: videos, audios, podcasts, blogs, infographics, and what have you, just to attract attention. I want us to pay attention to this particular part. You use content marketing to attract attention and then drive traffic. When you sign up for master classes and classes where you learn about digital, you'll be taught what is known as the AIDA model. It's a marketing strategy or marketing funnel that we use when you are working with an organization. You want to come up with a marketing strategy for them. You'll be using what we know as the AIDA model. I'll type it into the chat so that you could probably read it up. And when you come for learning sections, you can learn more about it. So in the AIDA model, you start from awareness, moving to the interest, then we have desire, and then we have action. So the first part of the AIDA model, which is the awareness, is where you do a lot of your content marketing. Get the content to the right people, to your target audience, attract their attention, and use it to drive traffic to whatever landing page or whatever website or whatever place you want them to go to, or you want them to call you, whatever objective that you have for your marketing. You can now use the awareness to drive them to it. Okay, before we finish up this particular slide, please go to the slide where we have the banks. We have Sterling Bank and First Bank. I think it's towards the end of this slide. Just keep scrolling. I'll tell you where to stop. I want to show us something about content marketing before we move on and go to the next slide. By the way, I hope you are enjoying this section so far. I know that it might look a little bit technical, but just take down whatever questions, whatever points that you have. When we get to the question and answer section, we'll be able to, touch base on them the more. So are we there? Or should I just move on if we are unable to go to that part so that we don't waste time? All right, so I think we'll just move on. Now, that is content marketing. And today, if you see a lot of brands that use content to display their content to people, talk of the likes of Sterling Bank, which I was about to show us. I don't know if some of us have seen this adult brand called Durex. If you follow Durex or you've seen some of their content, you see the way they use puppies and the way they use amazing content to get to their target audience. If you are a target audience of those brands, you will feel drawn to their content and want to take whatever action that they want you to take. Now, so as I was saying, all of those brands that we've seen or that I've just mentioned, they are investing a lot in content. If you want to get your marketing right, you need to be able to invest a lot in content. One particular content can get you thousands or millions of results that when people begin to see them and begin to share them, you can have a viral effect, right? All right, so let's move on. Now, the next channel, we've discussed search engine optimization, search engine marketing, social media marketing, display advertisement, and we just finished discussing content marketing. Okay, so I think if you go back 3 slides, I'm not sure we can do all of this today because of time. So just go to where we are. 2 slides before this First Bank. Yes, this particular one, in Shooting for the Moon. Yeah, just stay there. All right, very good. Now, this is what I was going to show us before. This is a content designed by a bank, but let's look at it very well. Now, the very first boy that is on blue and moving back, what bank does this depict? If you pay rapt attention to this, it depicts Access Bank. That is Access Bank logo. That is it corn now? If you zoom in on this particular screen, you see where we have the boy moving back, and in front of him we have something like a corn or maize identity. That is Access Bank identity. So what this particular bank that created this content is trying to show to us is that that particular boy is moving backward. Now, the next bank or the next identity that we see is showing GT Bank, the Orange Bank. What they are saying is that the Orange Bank is caging their customers. Now, we move to the next identity, which is the big elephant. So let me know if you're even following. What bank does this depict? Please, let's put it in the chat section. The elephant. What bank uses this as their brand identity? Yeah, please use the chat section so that we don't have interruptions. All right, very good, very good. First bank, good. Now, after the elephant, we now have the next identity, which is the us. And I want to believe we all know that that is Union Bank. So what they are saying is the Orange Bank, the GT Bank is caging their customer. Then the big elephant is too big to move fast. That is First Bank. Then the next one, the us, it has a broken leg and it is difficult for that us to move fast. We all know that horses are meant to run, they are meant to move at a fast pace. But this particular horse has a broken leg and it is difficult for that horse to move fast. Now, what did they do to their own logo, their own brand identity? After depicting all of the other bank identity as either sluggish, moving backward, or too big, what did they do to their own logo? They propelled it to the sky. And what did they have as the inscription or the copy on this particular content? It has, in shooting for the moon, men become stars. All right, so I want to believe that we've digested this. Now let's go to the next slide. You see how the other banks replied and how this particular content went viral. I don't know if some of us saw it. It was viral on Twitter in 2018, and I think people started screenshotting it to put on their other social media, Instagram, WhatsApp. The bank was. All right, so Access Bank replied that we would travel on an imaginary rocket too if we were a one customer microfinance bank. But with 10 million customers and counting, we'd rather bring the galaxy to you. But is Sterling Bank a microfinance bank? No. And does Sterling Bank just have one customer? No. But this is when banks are using banks or they are using content to do what we call competitive and comparative marketing, which you get into when you go for fuller master classes. Now, the next slide. This is the killer of all replies. Next slide from First Bank. First Bank replied, so First Bank replied, I'm not sure we are able to put it up. Now, First Bank replied saying that what an elder sees while sitting, a child cannot see, even if it travels to the moon. You know what First Bank was able to do? You know that the core of their target audience are people that are in the upper demography. And who are those that I call the upper demography? People that are quite, they are mid-age up to old age. Those are the people who really use First Bank. And they were able to use a lingo, a statement that those people in the target audience will relate to. What an elder sees while sitting, a child cannot see, even if it travels to the moon. And the hashtag they used were the killer. Hashtag respect your elders, hashtag you first. That is how all of these banks have been able to use content marketing and what we call competitive and comparative marketing to do their content marketing. I don't know if you are getting it. So very quickly, just one or two people, what have you gotten from what Sterling Bank did, from the reply that Access Bank did, and then the one from First Bank? One or two people before we go back to our categories and channels, and then we'll look at careers in digital and we'll take questions. Very quickly, one or two people, what have you gotten from what Sterling Bank did? Do you think it is safe enough? What are some of your comments about it? So please put it in the chat section very quickly, very quickly. I like my sections to be interactive so that I can know that, yes, people are getting what I'm saying and I don't just continue to dish out and people are not following. Okay, so I think we'll probably just go to the, okay, so Clara is saying that content is key in digital marketing. Very correct. Then Don Oxco Media. Oh, Don Oxco, big man. So he's saying that he made them popular. Very good. So there's something about content marketing. If you do it very well, if you do content marketing very right, it will help you to attract attention. And then you can now use that attention to build engagement and direct people to your media, to your website, to your application, or to whatever landing page you want them to get to. Good. Ruth is also saying that the creative angle led to engagement even with their competitors. Exactly. So you need to be able to come up with amazing content. You can put this down. If there is nothing that you've gotten from this section, just take this one thing away: shareable content. So you need to be able to come up with amazing content that when people see, they will share, and it will create a ripple effect. Just like Don Oxco said, it will make your brand popular. So that is what a lot of brands are now investing on. They want to create shareable content that when their audience see, they will share, and it will create a ripple effect that will make people start asking about their brand. I don't know if you are getting it. We are getting somewhere. Now, a lot of brands today, they use their content marketing to drive engagement and then lead people to their website, their social media apps, or whatever landing page that they want to get to. So with content marketing, there are two elements that you want to put in your content marketing. The first element is the hook, the attention. What are you using to attract people to your content, to your brand, to your product, to your service? That's the first element. Then the second element, you need to now be able to explain to people that this is what you offer and this is the action you want them to take. You don't just attract their attention and lose it. That's another place that a lot of people miss it up. They just attract their attention and they lose it. They don't begin to explain or give a good value or offer to their target audience and then direct them to take an action. If you miss out on the second element, you are not doing your content marketing right. So that is content marketing. Now, back to our digital marketing channels. We've talked about SEO. We've discussed search engine marketing. We also discussed display advertisement. We've talked about content marketing just now. Discussed about, what was the last one we discussed? Display advertisement, content marketing. Now, the next one, influencer marketing. I think we've touched on 5, so we just have 2 more: influencer marketing and email marketing. So influencer marketing simply refers to all of the marketing recognition that you've gotten. Now, influencer marketing, before you can do influencer marketing, 1, you need to have recognition in a particular platform or in a particular niche. So influencer marketing simply refers to how you use the recognition that you've gotten in that particular niche or in that particular platform. The recognition you've gotten, you now use it to market products, you use it to market services, right? That is what we do with influencer marketing. So if you want to use influencers to market your brand, you want to use influencers that are, 1, doing something similar to what your brand stands for, and 2, they have recognition doing that thing. There's one thing to have recognition and there's another thing to now start doing something similar. You cannot be an healthcare brand or a wellness brand and you are going to meet a fashion influencer to influence for your brand. Yes, they might bring you results, but the results they will bring will not be compared to what an healthcare or a wellness influencer will bring to you. I don't know if you get it. So when you are doing influencer marketing, you need to note that for influencer marketing, your influencers have to have that recognition, and they need to also have a niche or a part of a business part or an industry that they are playing in. That is influencer marketing. So influencer marketing simply refers to the way brands use influencers, key personalities to market their products. Because in today's world, especially in this part of the world, trust is a big issue. And when you're doing marketing, you want to gain the trust of your target audience and get them to, trust your solutions to their pain points, because marketing is about solving people's pain points or problems. So before they can gain the trust in your brand, you need to probably use people that they already trust. And that is where influencer marketing comes into play. Now, very quickly, let's go to the last channel and we'll just probably round up this part of the section. The last one is email marketing. Email marketing simply refers to the way you use emails to communicate with people, to market with people, to give them offers, just like we have on all of the other marketing channels that we've talked about today, from search engine optimization, search engine marketing, you know that for all of those search marketing, you are advertising or you are showing your content to people via search engine. Now, if you want to show your content to people via email, that is where email marketing comes into play. And I'm very sure a lot of us probably have gotten emails from people we never signed up for. That is a bad practice in email marketing. When you want to do email marketing very well, there's what we call lead magnet. You need to be able to give people something valuable that want to make them drop their details or subscribe to your email list. That is not where we are going, but at least we have an understanding of what email marketing is. Email marketing simply refers to the way you collect people's email after you've probably given them a value, or if they are interested in what you have to offer. That is the right way to do email marketing, not the way a lot of other people do it, where they just buy people's email and bombard them. That is not a good practice in email marketing. So don't worry when you go for advanced classes or when you sign up for master classes, you will learn more about what email marketing simply is. So I think this is where we just draw a curtain. I would have loved to show us some of the career path in digital, but we'll have to just stop here and take one or two questions. So Funke, over to you.
Thank you so much for that wonderful session, Mr. Oseni. It felt as if we were in class again. So if you have any question for Mr. Oseni, can you make use of the chat box? I will take 2 questions while we prepare for the next facilitator. So please, if you have any question, can you make use of the chat box? We'll take 2 questions. And Mr. Oseni, that was a wonderful session. Thank you so much. So no questions, or are you still typing? Okay, while we get ready, remember to also share this opportunity with your friend, with anyone interested in picking up a tech career. Inkeeper is the right place for you to come. I also study here at Inkeeper, and I'm a product of Inkeeper. So Mr. Oseni, I think we have a question for you. How do we make money with digital marketing?
The person asking the question already knows the answer. So I think that is where the next slide should have come up, some of the career paths. Now, you know that there are different channels and categories in digital marketing. You can now begin to explore each of those categories. There's what we call T-shaped digital marketing. So as a T-shaped digital marketing, you have general knowledge of all of these digital marketing channels or categories, and you are now a specialist in 1 or 2. So if you want to make money, especially in this part of the world, I always tell people you need to start as a generalist. Let the brands or the clients that you want to work with, let them know that you have an understanding of many of these channels, but you are a specialist in 1 or 2. So I will explain this. You meet a brand that tells you that they want you to undo digital marketing or social media, for example, for them, because I know that is the job. There are a lot of jobs that we get around social media management in this part of the world. It's not like we don't have for all of the other categories in digital, but social media management is like very common. Now, if you meet a brand that tells you to do social media marketing for them, I'm very sure they will ask you to start doing content also. And we know that from what we've learned in this particular section, there's a difference between content marketing and social media marketing. But if you don't have knowledge of content marketing and you want to work with this brand that is asking you to do digital, that is asking you to do social media management, you are going to lose out of that client. So it's important for you to have broad knowledge. You don't necessarily need to have deep knowledge or in-depth knowledge. Just have basic broad knowledge of all of the digital marketing channels, then be a specialist in 1 or 2. And I think this is where the next session is going to be very powerful for you. So Mr. Wuni is a paid expert. So he's a specialist in paid advertisement. He will take you to how do you now use paid advertisement in digital marketing. So yeah, if you want to make money in digital, just look at whatever one you want to explore, whichever of the digital marketing channels you want to explore, and learn deep about it, become confident in your skills, and start applying for jobs. Today, there are a lot of jobs that you can apply to, from LinkedIn to Indeed. And I think when you go into Inkeeper, there is a particular section where they train you on how to get jobs, and they'll probably connect you with job partners and what have you. So yeah, I think that answers that question about making money. So very quickly, I'll just answer one more question before I will yield the mic. So where can I get trainings hand-to-hand on digital marketing? Okay, I think Funke will take that. Now, the question about, does SEO vary from browser to browser? I didn't want to go very deeply into SEO. Probably when you sign up for classes, we'll go deep into SEO. But SEO is the same across all of the browsers. SEO does not really is not really determined by the browser. We know what browsers are. Those are just applications that we use to access the web. But SEO is dependent or is relatively working with search engines like Google, Yahoo Search, Bing, and what have you. So you need to be able to optimize your website for all of those search engines like Google, Yahoo Search, and what have you to display and to rank your website. It is not based on browser. So I hope that answers your question, Sonola Muyo. So Funke, are you the mic? Thank you for the invitation.
Thank you once again. We're happy to have you on board, Mr. Sen. For Antonia, to answer your question, kindly send a DM to inkeeper.work__ on Instagram, inkeeper.work__. And please, to everyone listening right now, please kindly fill up the feedback form so as to serve you better. So coming up next, to drop some germs about digital marketing is a paid ad specialist, sales marketing expert. He has worked with industry ranging from automobile, health, fashion, skincare, among others. He possesses years of digital sales strategy experience and has created profitable sales marketing system with an effective marketing structure. He currently facilitates digital marketing training at Inkeeper. Please welcome on board Mr. Winnie Daniels. Please, are you there, Mr. Winnie? Kindly unmute your mic, please.
Yo, I'm here. Can you guys see me?
Yeah, we can see you. Good evening, Mr. Winnie.
Yeah, good evening. Man,
So happy to see you.
Same here. I can't see you though, but then it's so good to hear you. So
good
basically, that was a blast. That was a blast from Mr. Hussein, and I was just writing. I was just wow. Mr. Hussein has a way of preparing everywhere and just finishing the whole course before I come in. But basically, I think Mr. Hussein did a good job, and I'm sure we had one or two things to pick away from this session. So, like Funke has said, a paid ad specialist and sales and marketing expert, and my job basically is to make sure that we can put our product and services out there for people to see faster. Basically, just like Mr. Hussein said before he left, somebody asked a question how we can make money via digital marketing, and he spoke about you being able to be a T-shaped digital marketer, having an idea of almost everything, but then you can go as far as later on, you can go as far as staying on a particular aspect of digital marketing. Now, digital marketing is broad, just like Hussein said, spoke about SEO, SEM, spoke about email marketing. There are some folks that they decide to stay on one, depending on how good they are or how good they find it easy on that part. So basically, I'm sure most of us might be new to what we call paid ads. I'm just here to explain what paid ads or what selling could offer you. Just like Tolani said earlier, that when she got into the digital marketing experience, she realized and saw that digital marketing has to involve a lot of things. Just like Mr. Hussein also spoke about content marketing, where you can spark up engagement here and there and make stuff happen. Do you understand? I hope we are following. The reason why I'm actually having a video session is that I am able to express my views and make sure that you understand to the fullest of what I am here to do, which is to show us what the paid ads, video sales, or digital marketing is all about. So first of all, I'm sure we followed through when Mr. Hussein was explaining the concept of digital marketing, when we have the traditional marketing and we have the digital marketing and the new age marketing. And we all know that just the term digital marketing explain it all almost immediately. Marketing, what is marketing? You are trying to put your stuff out there for people to buy. You are trying to put what you sell in the face of people. Now, what is digital? Digital is where anything has to do with the internet. So what we are trying to break down, what we are trying to project as a digital marketer is the fact that how do I sell stuff physically? How do I sell stuff online? Now, selling stuff might not necessarily be a product. It might be a service, just like the same way Tolani Adiramaja said earlier that she did this discovered that aside from selling, there's a lot you can do with digital marketing, and probably you want to run a program or you want to run an event, run an ad to invite people and the likes. In one way or the other, you're trying to sell something for people to get people's information or to get people's attention. Now, the basic breakdown of digital marketing is getting people's attention and keeping it, just like Christine said. What most people do is that they get their attention, but they don't keep their attention. Are we together? So basically, paid ads in the digital marketing space is a very, I won't say very lucrative, because every area in digital marketing is lucrative depending on how you position yourself. Now, when it comes to paid advertising and sales, most times I'll be brief with this session, and I'll be very, very, very particular. Now, I'm very sure persons that are in business, small businesses or people that are already running entrepreneurs or what the likes, I'm very sure that most of us might probably have issues. Most of us might probably have issues with maybe you want to sell online or this or that. A minute, please. Yeah, just like I was saying, now most of us probably want to sell this or that online, and we might have tried a lot. I've been able to speak to a lot of persons that they are business persons, but then they run ads and they don't get the desired results. They run ads and they just keep on wasting money. Do you understand? And I've had a lot of business persons. And see, when it comes to running of ad, digital marketing, paid ads, not everybody is a pro. Not everybody understands the process. Do you understand? Not everybody understands the process. Same, I'll be pointing to what Mr. Hussein has said most of today's class. Now, not everybody is able to identify their target market. Just like Mr. Hussein has said, what the digital space will help you and do is going to help you to take what you have to sell. It's going to help you take what you have to sell to the face of the persons that want to sell it. I don't know if you understand that. What's the advantage you have? The advantage you have spending a 50,000 naira on a radio jingle, spending a 50,000 naira on a TV advert is totally different from spending a 50,000 naira on a paid advertisement. Now, what do I mean? When you are spending money on a TV advert, not everybody might necessarily be in front of a TV at that point you are advertising, and not everybody might actually have their gadgets on their TV on at that point you're advertising. But when you are running ads on the internet, on social media platforms, Facebook, LinkedIn, Google, here and there, what you are trying to do is that you are trying as much as possible to take this adverts to people's face, and not just anybody, people that are in the category, people that are in your target audience. Now, let's take for example, I want somebody to give us a product type that I can use for an example. I want somebody to mention a product type I can use for an example. Give me a product type. Let me look for a product type. Let's look for a product type. Anybody in the chat box, give me a product type that we can use for an example. I don't want to pick up something from mine. I want to pick up something from your end so I can. Okay, if you don't, okay. Somebody said milk. Okay, now I'm going to use those two examples. Natural drugs. Okay, now I have three. I think three. Okay, let me work on those three. Now somebody said egg. Somebody said milk, and I don't know what kind of milk. Please be specific. We have different kind of milk. Now this is a way folks make mistakes, or this is the way folks mistarget the audience. Now, if you want to sell milk, what kind of milk? We have a lot of milk. We have baby milk. We have cow milk. We have. Let's be clear what kind of milk you want to sell. So now back to egg. Now you want to sell egg. Definitely, I am not your target audience because I'm bald. Do you understand? And I'm not even a lady. So definitely know that your target audience, most likely 99% of the time, are females. Do you understand? Now, yeah, some people already, somebody mentioned cars. Some people are already going to Benz, Range Rover. Don't worry, I'm here for the BMWs. Now back to the class. Now, basically to sell online, I think there's particularly this client I'm also working for. We met some few days ago, and she's into egg. Now, how do you sell egg? Like, now this is the first thing to do. Now you have a product to sell. This is the first thing you need to think. You need to be psychological about things. You need to put yourself in the position of your customers, of your target audience. If I was to buy hair as a lady, what and what would I have to look for? Where and where would I have to be? What and what would I have to be doing? Now imagine a bidder wants to sell hairs and she takes a 50,000 naira or 100,000 naira budget for marketing to a TV station that she wants to market her hair. Of course, you never can tell it could work. But then using 100,000 naira on the TV, regardless of the time you want your advert to air on the TV, it could be any time, but you can also be aware that not everybody spends time on the television. Now, if the video takes that 100K and goes to Instagram to run an Instagram or a Facebook ad, targeting ages from about 20 to like 45 or 50, targeting majorly females, targeting folks that buy luxury stuff, targeting people that are online shoppers, she has more tendency to reach our target audience more because our mobile phones are more personal to us than our television screen. There are times that I could go months without subscribing for my DSTV or without subscribing for my decoder, but I'm always having data on my phone. An average Nigerian person strives to have data on his or her phone than they strive to have their cable or their whatever to watch on a TV. That's the statistics. Everybody averagely is on their phone 24/7. Everybody wants to reach out to their loved ones. Everybody wants to speak to somebody at the same time. Per 2, 3, 4, 5 minutes, average of 5 minutes, and an average person in this world, in average of 5 minutes, checks their phone almost every time. Do you understand? So you need to understand that, okay, this is my product. Understand your product. Understand your market audience. Understand the persons you are targeting. I can't want to sell an hair and I'll be targeting a guy. I'll be targeting men. Of course, you can try reverse psychology. Maybe during let's say Valentine, or during some particular dates, or during what girlfriends day or what women's day, you can feel like, okay, let me work on targeting some particular age range of men that might want to surprise their girlfriends with hair. That can work. That is once in a while. That is not an everyday advertisement. That is just an idea of the hook. Do you understand? Now, if you're also going to talk about cars, have you guys ever noticed why there are some kind of adverts that don't come to your phone? Adebanjo mentioned car as an example, and I realized that not every day, I don't know if there's any of us here that Benz in particular, as you've seen an ad of a Benz E-Class or C-Class or a BMW that's popping up on your phone that, hey, we sell this. Most of these guys, they have their particular target audience, and most time, not everybody, their target audience, it's very, very small because they are selling luxury, and not everybody can afford luxury. So how do we put all this together to make sure that we get results when it comes to marketing? Because every goal of a business, the goal of my business, the goal of your business, the goal of selling hair, the goal of selling milk, the goal of selling car, the goal of selling supplements is to make profit and to solve a problem. Now, if you are selling hair, you are selling hair to solve a problem, and you're also selling hair to make profit and do stuff. Now, okay. Adebanjo, I think I'll get back to your question. Do you understand? So you need to know who you are selling to. You need to know that, okay, this product I'm selling, I need to break down my audience. And one thing about digital marketing when it comes to paid adverts, most times I've gone through this experience of definitely you make mistakes as you go through, and I've seen a lot of paid ad specialists making the same mistake. Now, when it comes to getting across to your customers, what is imperative and what is key is passing out your message as smooth as possible and not complicated. I've seen adverts that while reading the advert, I'm already tired. I'm like, why are you stressing my brain with all this so much English? I've seen an advert of people just bombarding. Now, most times, just like same thing you said, you need to get your customers' attention. And don't forget, the same advert I am running for my hair business, There's also like 10,500 persons running the same advert for their hair business. So what do you need to do to be on the edge for your customers to select yours out of the remaining 10 or 20 that they are seeing? You need to also know what your competitors are up to. For you to get a successful result when you run advert online, you need to know what your competitors are up to. And during my last class with Inkeeper, I introduced the students to how they can spy on their competitors, how to know the kind of ads your competitors are putting out there. For instance, if you're running your ads on Facebook, you can always go to Facebook Ads Library. And when you get to Facebook Ads Library, you are going to select the category of advert you want to get to see. And Facebook will bring out the category of advert in a particular region. Now you can select a region. You want to select category of adverts running in Lagos or Nigeria as a whole. So for instance, I'm running an ad just like the video suggested, and I want to run an advert. But before I want to run the advert, I want to see what the potential adverts that my proposed customers are seeing. So I go to Facebook Ad Library, I select the category hair and wigs, extension and the likes. Then I see different kind of hair. And I go through them, I look at the process, I look at their copy, I look at their sales, and okay, this is what my competitors are doing, this is what these are doing. And it gives you an idea of what to do right. It gives you an idea of how to create a very good offer for your customers to be able to pick from. Do you understand? So this is what paid advert entails. Most times I've seen persons that they spend a lot of money, they just think running over this, just select your age, select your demographics, select this, select that, put the picture, and boom, they expect to get a lot of results. Now you expect to get a lot of results. Now when you run paid adverts, there's what we call testing. You test, there's what we call an A/B test, and there's what we call a budget campaign optimization. I'm very sure if I have my students here from the last Inkeeper class, I can tell them to categorically explain that, and we will explain it like the back of their finger. Now when you are running A/B test, you are testing, you don't know what works yet. Now, most of what people do is that they believe that this should work. You are not your customers. People have different kind of psychology. You can't believe that something to work without you testing. Now, most of people believe that this is supposed to work. No, you need to test. You need to test different contents. You need to test different creative. You need to test different audiences. You need to test different ad sets. Now, if you don't test, you are going to waste a whole lot of money on the table. I remember back then, when I was in my early days of digital marketing and paid ads, I spent a lot of money doing this, that, like, let me just run. I don't even bother to test. I just believe if I run an ad, I believe I should see conversion, and I was leaving a whole lot of money on the table. And I also made mention of something during my last class with the digital marketers, and I showed them of how an ad creative that I never thought would blow up. I just said I should test it, and that was the best performing creative I have so far this year. So you need to test. Now, A/B test, what do A/B test teach you? A/B test teach you on how to test. Now, we have different marketing campaign as a campaign objective. Now, what do we call campaign objective? Now, most times, just like I want to sell a car, I want to sell a product, I'm also decide that I want to sell a service. So I'm also decide that I don't want to sell anything. I just want to introduce people to this, and I want them to engage. I want to just introduce myself to the market. Now, most times it's not just about selling. Let's assume what should I, let's say we have a church program, or let's say, yes, we have a church program coming up. Now, I don't want people to buy my church. I don't want people to start giving me offering. But what do I want to know? To invite people to church. And I can just say, okay, let me run a website traffic or an engagement ad, or let me run a lead generation. Let me get their details to invite them to church, to further invite them to church. So you could just run an ad just for people to engage your ad. Do you understand? So we have different campaign objectives. We have the brand awareness, we have the website traffic, we have the conversion, we have the lead generation, we have a lot. We have about 7. But most times the mistake most of us make as well, or as business person, without having the full in-depth of knowledge of this paid advert, that we don't know what's actually work. We just say, let's test this. I've run ads before that. Now let me give you this example. I've run ad before that. A particular ad had about 200 comments, 100 likes, 50 shares, but the conversion was below 50%. I also had an ad, few likes, few comments, few shares, and I have over 70% conversion. Now what happened? What happened? I realized that the ad I ran, they had a lot of what's it called? They had a lot of engagement. Was because I was not focusing on my content. Or my content was not how will I say it? My content was not explanatory enough, or my content was not doing justice to the job. So people were engaging, but they were not taking action. Now, one of the things you need to do as a paid ad specialist or anybody running business and you're running ad, and the same thing that you saying made mention, and the same thing that you saying hammered on, the fact that while you are keeping their attention, you are getting their attention, you are keeping it, you're also telling them what to do. Take your action. Most times people get to engage with an ad and they are lost in engagement that they don't even realize, or they don't see that there's an action that needs to be taken, and they just engage and they leave. Jonas, except if the idea of your objective is for people to engage, then you can make an engagement ad that will cause engagements, that will cause, just like the same ad that Mr. Hussein showed us about Sterling Bank, that they took a piece at Access, First Bank, GT, and Union Bank. That is for engagement. That is to also give them popularity. And I think from that ad that Sterling Bank did, I think Sterling Bank has constantly been in the business of causing commotion and creating a content that would make everybody busy talking and the likes. Do you understand? So you need to understand that you need to know your campaign objective. You need to know what you want to do. If you are selling, if you want to sell a product or a service, you want to make money, you want to sell something, conversion that most times works well, depending on your sales strategy. Now that leads me to what we call sales strategy. Now you need to know what a digital strategy is. Everybody is online. We have billions of folks online. Now billions of folks online definitely have billions of ways that they think. Everybody think differently. The way I think is the way you think. The way you are going to sell me a pen is different from the way I'm going to sell you a pen. So everybody have a school of thought. Everybody have a psychological trait. Everybody have a psychological aspect of things. Do you understand? Somebody like me, I can decide that I want to dress like this and put on my traditional cap. Somebody might feel like this is not fashion, this is nonsense. Everybody has a train of thought. So you need to understand that this digital space are full of persons with different patterns of thought. So you need to come up with a digital strategy. And trust me, not everything you come up will work immediately. 90% out of 100 times, most times, it doesn't work. No, now don't let me scare you. I'm not trying to tell you that you need to keep on trying until you get what is working. Even after you get what is working, while that one is working, you still try to get something else that will work, because nothing works forever. There's always a new upgrade. There's always something new. There's always an upgrade of something new. Nothing works for long. Do you understand? That's why you need to know a lot. Now your digital strategy. What is your strategy like? How do you want to sell? How do you want to sell? And Mr. Hussein spoke about the AIDA model, where you get your attention, you get to keep your attention, do a lot, your copywriting, this and this. Now, one of the things about being a paid ad specialist and a sales expert is the fact that, just like we said, you need to have an in-depth, not necessarily in-depth knowledge of every aspect of digital marketing, but you need to have the knowledge of how to sell. Most times, I've seen great creatives with very, very poor constructed ad text, very poor constructed sales copy, very poor constructed headline on their adverts. Now, most times people don't understand that you need to hit your points. There's nothing I've realized in selling. You need to make your points as fast as possible and hit the nail on the head. Most times, some people make their point, they've already said the point in the first line. They keep on saying a lot of things that are not necessary all through the body of text. Do you understand? So as a business person, now I think my direct call to everybody my direct call to people here concerning my own space, which is the paid ads, is business persons and digital marketers that wants to run paid ads as a service. You need to know all these things. You need to know all these things from your digital strategy to the campaign that will best work. Most times you can start with a brand awareness campaign because maybe you are introducing the product to the audience and nobody has heard about you, but you want to create an awareness that, okay, this is Winnie Daniels, this is Winnie Daniels, what is it called? This is Winnie Daniels, Winnie Daniels week. And they like, so I might just run a brand awareness campaign. I might target the particular audience, then I still retarget that audience and probably run a conversion or something later. Do you understand? So paid ads in particular, just like what Hussein has said, breaking down the digital marketing space, the traditional marketing rather than digital marketing. You need to be aware that you are in the digital space and you need to sell. I also need to update yourself with information. Trust me, you need to update yourself with information per time because selling is not the same way you sold 2021 might not be the same way you sell 2022. And also, we also have policies. Now, the platform that you are selling have policies. Facebook has policies, Google has policies. So as a paid ads specialist and a sales expert or a business person, you need to understand that these policies are important for your business to thrive on these social media platforms. Facebook are very strict on policies. Google are very strict on policies. And the moment you keep messing up their policies, the moment your account start getting into deep mess and you can't run effective ads on those platforms. So basically, I am here to introduce you to the fact that digital marketing is not going anywhere anytime soon. Trust me. So far, we are selling. Digital marketing is not going anywhere anytime soon. You keep selling. So far, anybody has something to sell. So far, there's something. So far, you are putting on clothes. You are using anything. Digital marketing is here to stay forever. Do you understand? It's even here to stay from ages, just the same way there was no digital marketing and we just have marketing. Do you understand? Now there's a medium. For every medium, marketing will always take place. So being an ad specialist is all about your knowing your onions, knowing how to put together a digital strategy, knowing about the platform you are putting your ads in. Understanding your platform will be one of the easiest way to sell. When you understand the platform, understand how this platform works, how the Google works, how the Facebook works. When you understand how they work, trust me, you would enjoy every bit of it. And one of the last things I'll say before I leave is the fact that, like I said, testing is key. Nothing is guaranteed until you test. Nothing is guaranteed, and paid ad specialists are no magicians. These are the things I tell people that want to go into the paid ad space or wants to go into any space in the digital marketing environment. You are not a magician. Let people know you are not a magician. You are here to create. You are here to produce results. Does not mean you snap. Does not mean you are not going to test. Do you understand? So basically, before I move, I'm not saying to introduce you because paid ads will change your life. Same as digital marketing will change your life. Paid ads is trying as much as possible. Now, let me in a nutshell, let me explain paid ads before I leave. Let me use Lagos as an example. Now, this is paid ads. Paid ads, how will I put it? Paid ads is you have an office, you have a space, then you are paying a particular platform, let's say Facebook, you are paying Facebook a particular money that, okay, Facebook, I want you to advertise this on my behalf. So Facebook goes out and start looking for your audience. Now, Facebook, you are telling Facebook that these are the people that will buy, or these are the people that will engage, or these are the people that want my service or my product. Take this product to them. Now, what Facebook does that, Facebook does, or what the platform does that, the platform does not just start selling to everybody. The platform goes to the person that you have selected as your audience. The platform goes to those particular type of person and show them your product or service. That is the good thing about paid ads. So you are being intentional about who you want to sell to. So the platform, what you are telling the platform to do is that carry my product and go and show it to the people between the age of 20 to 30, not just people between that age, but ladies between that age, not just ladies between that age, but ladies that are working, not just ladies that are working, but ladies that have interest in this and this. So when you streamline your audience, you have more advantage to yourself because you are telling people that you know the people that buy your product. So pick my product to them. And you don't just do this because you want to do this because you understand your market. You understand, you've placed yourself in the position of your customer. So far so good. I'll take a pause here, and if there are questions, I want you to throw them. Maybe I've not touched one or two things. So just let me know if you have questions, and I will answer and pick it up from there. Funke, over to you.
Thank you, Mr. Winnie, for that amazing session. It was so informative. Thank you so much. And yes, you can teach business. Awesome books you have behind you there. So before he leaves, if you have any question for Mr. Winnie, can you make use of the chat box while we get ready for Olamide to come on board? We'll take 2 questions. Olamide, if you are there, kindly get ready. You come on board really soon.
While we are waiting for questions here, I would also like to I would like to focus more on personally how paid ads can revolutionize you as a person. Now, it can help you in a point of you can decide to be a business person, or you can decide to expand yourself to an organization. Now, what do I mean? I work for myself and I work for organizations because I understand that I do not necessarily need to be in an organization to make use of my skill as a paid ads person. And this is, you guys should take this at the left or at the right of your hand, anywhere you want to take it. Now, I don't necessarily need to be in an organization to be a paid ad person. Now, as a paid ad person, you know what works. You know what works. And as a business person as well, you understand that when you can identify a solution to a problem and you can get a solution to that problem. Now, this is, for instance, this is, what is it called? This is an insecticide. Now, this insecticide is a solution to a problem. What is the problem? Can anybody, Funke, what is the problem to this? What is the problem that this insecticide is solving?
Mosquito.
Mosquito, rodents, ants, whatever. Now, if I'm in an environment, let's assume this does not exist. Let's assume we're in the 19th century or in the centuries far back. And I introduced this to some set of villagers that have been complaining of malaria, they can't kill mosquito and the likes. And I realized that, okay, these people, they are suffering from this problem and I have a solution. What do I need to do as a paid ad specialist? I know that, okay, if I bring this, if I can get this at a particular rate, maybe at a particular amount, and I can source for it, and I know that these people have the problem, I can link the problem and the solution together. Now, as a paid ad specialist that you know what you are doing, you can always make a fortune from understanding where a problem lies and looking for a solution. I keep saying this times without number. As a human being in on this planet, you know, it is easy for you to know the needs of others because you can also be in their shoes. So, a digital marketer and you are streamlined to the paid ad space. If you can get a problem, a solution to a problem, and you know that this market is a starving market, what do? You bring it, you create. Now, this is the unique thing about folks like me and folks that are into the digital marketing space. I could easily create a website or a landing page. I could easily write a sales copy with my copywriting skills as well, and I could just do one or two. Then I run my ad, then I direct the advert people that need my solution. Do you understand? Now, most times you don't need to be a manufacturer, you don't need to be a creator. So far, you can identify a solution to a problem. That is your superpowers as a paid ad specialist and a sales expert. Don't forget the sales expert part. You need to be a sales person. You need to sell. You need to be able to sell a pen. You need to be able to sell anything. That is your superpower. The moment you can harness your superpower as a sales expert and a paid ad person, you can sell anything. You can even sell sheets. You can sell shit. So far your shit works. You can sell shit to anybody. That's why you see most times, if you see, I've seen paid ad specialists that sold what is not even authentic. Like what is not even authentic, they made it authentic and they sold it. That's not the kind of ad specialists that we are trained to be. But I'm trying to tell you that if you are a great, or when you are a great salesperson and a great paid ads person, you'll be able to sell anything online. Now, if you are now being placed in an organization, it makes it easier for you because you're already working with a group of persons that are working to bring a solution to the people. Do you understand? So paid ads, just like you selling air, just like you want to sell cars, just like you want to sell supplements, the first thing you are doing is that you are bringing solutions to people's problem. Now, as a paid ad specialist and a business person, you need to make sure that you are aware of. And the mistake I found people making is that they spend much time in creating a product. They spend more time in creating a product. Are we together? They spend more time creating a product and spend less time in marketing, or spend less time in knowing if the market would accept that product. Do you understand? So as much as you spend time creating that product, or you spend time creating a service, also spend time creating a marketing plan, or spend time doing your market research. Market research is key, and I keep mentioning it everywhere I go to my students. You need to understand what your market needs. What your market needs is far, 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 far better than what you think your market is. What I think my market will need is nothing as compared to what my market actually needs. Nothing you think that your market will need is important as much as what your customer thinks. Now, what your customer thinks about is a problem and a solution is the exact angle you should come from. That's what we spoke about, attending to your customer's objection. So when you are projecting a product to them, you already put yourselves in their position and you know what could be my customer's objection to my product or service. You start asking yourself that question. And while you are getting their attention, you are now attending to those objections to keep their attention. So while they are saying, this is basic thing about every Nigerian. The moment you see a product, the first thing, I don't know if we are wired like that, we start looking at the bad things first. Why shouldn't I get this product? Why is this product not a waste of money? So while you are bringing a very good product to them, when you are bringing it to them, you are also attending to the fact that this product is not like every other product. Now, this is a strategy I use for selling in my business. I'm also aware that the same way I'm selling anything I'm selling to a particular client is the same way hundreds of persons have sold it. And 90% of the time, those clients have bought those things and might not have gotten the best result that they want. So what I used to tell them, 90% of the time I speak with my clients, the first thing that they tell me that, this is not the same fake thing that they keep buying and that Nigeria is this and that. And the first thing I do to them is that I agree with their scope of mind. I agree with their objection. I agree with their perception. I say you are very correct, sir. This is what I have gotten from 90% of my clients that I've attended to before they got the best result. So I always accept. See, they say customer is always right, though not all the time. But when it comes to their perception, their perspective, they are 100% right most of the time. So when a client or customer tells me that this is what, I'll say you are very correct. This is the same thing. I'll try, the moment you start aligning with your customer's objection, they will feel safe that, okay, this person knows where I'm coming from. Now, when you are aligning, you are getting their attention. Now, aligning with the objection is getting their attention. Now, when you've gotten their attention, you will now, boom, you will now start attending to that objection and start giving them reason why you are the best person. Because now when you are aligning with the objection, they already trusted you that, okay, this person is coming from my school of thought. Do you understand? So paid ads is not just about running ads, it's also about understanding the sales system, sales structure. Now, most times you can have a perfect creative, perfect wherever, but if your sales approach is wrong, if your sales approach is not up to par, if your sales approach is not from the point of your customer, from understanding the needs of your customer, if your sales approach is what you think is going to work, you are going to spend a whole lot of money and you get less results. So with this viewpoint of mine, I hope I've been able to convince you and not confuse you that you need to tighten up your game as a salesperson to need to help you as a paid ad specialist. So Funke, over to you.
Thank you so much, Mr. Winnie. No questions for you. I guess everyone took what you said like very well here today. Thank you so much for taking the time out to come on board tonight. Thank you, sir. All right. Moving on to this session. Olamide, if you are there, we are ready for you, please. Olamide.
Hi, Funke.
Good evening, Olamide. How are you doing today?
Good evening. Thank you so much, insightful session. I'm very sure that it was worth everyone's time, and I can see that we succeeded in whetting your appetite. So instead of putting one leg inside, why don't you just put both leg and then embark on this journey? We are more than willing to hold your hands through the journey, guide you, guard you, direct you, and lead you. So therefore, tonight we're going to be giving a 20% discount to the first 5 people who indicate interest to pay or enroll for digital marketing. The digital marketing course goes for 100,000 naira. All right, so that means that we are saying, for being proactive and wanting to begin your journey on time, by giving you a 20% discount. So, use that to buy data, enjoy yourself, and then give us the remaining 80K. Vanika, could you please paste the link to the training form in the comment section so that people can see and also register as well. So please, you don't want to miss out on this opportunity. Mr. Hussein, Mr. Wuni will be there to facilitate and teach you as well. And you can see how amazing and awesome they are. So don't hold back. Also, we also posted the link to our feedback form. Would really appreciate if you guys fill it so that we can know how to improve, serve you better, some of your observation and stuff. So thank you for joining in tonight. Do have a great evening. Bye.
Thank you. Bye. No, no.